Hi everyone. Soccer-themed parties are always a hit, especially for kids who love the sport. I hosted a few soccer-themed birthday parties for my sons, and in this video, I'll be sharing over 80 ideas to make your next soccer-themed event a success. From fun and easy snacks to unique cake designs, interactive games, and party supplies and decoration ideas, you'll find everything you need to create an unforgettable soccer party. Let's start with the finger foods and snacks that will fuel your guests throughout the party. You can pop some plain popcorn and place it in soccer-themed popcorn boxes. You can also add black and white M&Ms or chocolate-covered candies to represent soccer balls, transforming this classic treat into a soccer-themed delight. Serve mini hot dogs or cocktail sausages with a variety of condiments like ketchup, mustard, relish, and cheese sauce. We love mini sausages and oven-baked bread from Costco. You can make them at home too. Any pigs in a blanket recipe would work. Use a melon baller to scoop watermelon or other melons into balls, and use a hollowed-out watermelon as a bowl for the fruit balls. You can also make fruit skewers or serve them in mini fruit cups that you can transform into soccer-themed ones by adding this kind of custom fruit toothpicks. Offer chips as a snack, or set up a nacho bar with tortilla chips, melted cheese, salsa, guacamole, sour cream, and diced tomatoes, allowing guests to customize their nachos with their favorite toppings. Make an easy guacamole dip that resembles a soccer field. Spread it evenly on a rectangular platter and use sour cream to pipe the soccer goals and other field markings, creating a fun and edible soccer field. No party is complete without refreshing drinks, and soccer-themed mocktails are a perfect fit. Our drink station had non-alcoholic mocktails with a soccer twist. For example, you can make a soccer sunrise by combining orange juice, pineapple juice, and a splash of grenadine. Prepare pitchers of iced tea and lemonade for a classic drink option. You can even mix the two for a Soccer Arnold Palmer. You can download the Soccer Sunrise and Soccer Arnold Palmer labels for free at the link in the video description. Keep water bottles handy for guests. You can personalize the bottles with custom soccer-themed labels, which you can download from the link in the video description. For older kids, set up a sports drink station with flavors like Gatorade, Powerade, or Prime. For younger kids, offer juice boxes and soft drinks. Make ice cubes shaped like soccer balls using a silicone mold. Add them to your drinks to keep them cold while fitting the theme. Now let's move on to the fun and delicious soccer-themed desserts. I made simple cake pops covered with white chocolate, melted candy melts, and decorated with black hexagons made out of fondant. I have a separate video on my channel that shows how I made these in more detail. But, in a nutshell, you just make your cake pops as usual by mixing cake and frosting. The ratio of cake to frosting is typically close to 4:1, but it all depends on the consistency of your cake and frosting. Then, shape your cake pops into golf ball-sized balls. Once shaped and chilled, dip the end of a lollipop stick into the melted coating and insert it into the cake pop. Use short and tall ones if you want to arrange them as I did on this cake pop stand. Dip the cake ball into the melted candy melts. Place the cake pops in the styrofoam board or on your cake pop stand to dry. Cut out black pentagons using the pentagon cutter. Note that I didn't have a small pentagon shape, so I used a hexagon cutter. Attach the fondant hexagons or pentagons to the cake pops using a bit of water or edible glue. I made these playful soccer ball cookies. You can turn simple sugar cookies into soccer ball cookies using two decorating techniques. Draw a soccer ball pattern with an edible ink marker, or pipe frosting to fill in the design. You can also decorate them with traditional sugar icing if you prefer. I make cakesicles decorated with the classic black and white hexagons, which captivated the young soccer fans and added a pop of excitement to the table. Alternatively, you can create green or green and white cakesicles to match the theme. I have a separate video on my channel that shows how I made these in more detail. And if that's not enough, cupcakes in the shape of soccer balls, garnished with intricate frosting work, are sure to leave a lasting impression on young soccer stars. Make cupcakes in the shape of soccer balls by placing frosting in a silicone soccer ball ice mold. Place the cupcakes upside down in the mold. Freeze them until the frosting hardens, and once you remove them from the silicone mold, you'll have perfect soccer ball cupcakes. I have a separate video on my channel that shows how I made these in more detail. For simpler cupcakes, just use your favorite frosting and add soccer-themed cupcake toppers like these ones from my Soccer Toppers watercolor collection. You can find these downloadable soccer-themed cupcake toppers at the link in the video description. If you want to avoid a traditional cake, a pull-apart soccer cupcake cake is the perfect solution. It's quick to make, easy for kids to eat, and perfect for soccer-themed parties. We had this in addition to the soccer-themed cakes I made, but it's also the best alternative to a traditional cake for any soccer-themed party, especially if you're new to cake decorating. To make this pull-apart cupcake cake, just bake your chocolate or vanilla cupcakes. I made my moist chocolate cupcake recipe. For the base frosting layer, I used chocolate frosting. Then I made the soccer ball outline using black frosting, chocolate frosting mixed with black food coloring. Fill in the hexagons with white chocolate frosting, piped with a Wilton No. 24 star piping tip. I used my quick and easy 3-ingredient mascarpone frosting for this, but Swiss meringue buttercream or any other buttercream works as well. For the grass, I colored the white frosting in green and used this grass piping tip to pipe all the green grass around the soccer ball. You can find the link to the recipe and all the ingredients and supplies used in the video description. Next, here are some cake ideas that are perfect for a soccer-themed celebration. The dessert table for our little one featured a 2-tier cake covered in green chocolate and adorned with fondant hexagons, soccer balls, and a mini soccer net. I made a green grass, artificial turf look on the cake using a chocolate spray gun. You can find a full tutorial on my YouTube channel that shows you how I made this cake. Our older son got a soccer jersey cake covered in edible fabric. And this year, he just requested a replica of this cake that I designed with an AI app. As you might know, I design thousands of cakes using AI apps for inspiration, and I recreate some of the designs for our family. You can check out some of the videos on my channel to see how to design cakes with AI and how my cakes replicated in real life turned out. Also, here are some other soccer-themed cake designs to inspire you. Soccer jersey cakes, single tiers, sheet cakes, or multi-tier cakes. Soccer balls and soccer shoes cakes, or maybe a soccer stadium. For a simpler option, you can purchase a cake and just add soccer toppers. You can find these soccer-themed cake toppers at the link in the video description. To keep the kids entertained, here are some fun soccer-themed party games. By incorporating soccer-themed games into the party, you'll create a dynamic and enjoyable experience for the young soccer fans, ensuring that the birthday celebration is a huge success. One of the highlights of our parties was the edible chocolate soccer ball piñata. The kids loved breaking open the piñata to get the sweets hidden inside. You can find a tutorial on my channel that shows you how to make a chocolate soccer ball piñata, the classic white and black soccer ball, or a golden ball. You can also use a regular piñata instead of a chocolate one if you prefer. You can also set up a soccer-themed toss game area. You can purchase a banner, or you can create one using a large piece of fabric or cardboard. Cut out holes in the shape of soccer goals, each assigned different point values. Guests can take turns tossing soccer balls, soft foam balls, or beanbags through the holes to score points. You can award small prizes to those who reach specific point targets. Another option is the Pull a Mystery String game, We play this game at many of the parties we have, birthday parties, New Year's Eve parties, etc. We made this game a soccer-themed one by using mostly soccer-themed prizes. To set up the game, you need to have a prize for each kid. Then, attach a long string to each prize and thread those strings through the center of a plate or cup in which you previously cut a hole. To play the game, each person has to pull a string out of the center of the plate. The kids take turns pulling one string at a time. The lucky player gets to keep whichever prize moves when they pull the string. This is a fantastic way to distribute party favors or gifts to the guests. As prizes, we had soccer-themed keychains with Neymar, soccer ball pencil holders, Rubik cubes, a Lego cup, slap wristband watches, metal yo-yos, and 3 mystery prizes: a Tim Hortons gift card, a movie ticket, a bag full of candy, in the 3 green drawstring backpacks. We tried not to have all party favors prizes with a soccer theme just in case some kids or girls were not into soccer. Another game that is more challenging and fun for older kids is this ping pong ball toss game. It's simple to set up, easy to play, and the kids will love the challenge. Set up a muffin tin with numbers in each hole. Kids bounce a ping pong ball onto the table and attempt to land it in one of the numbered holes. If they succeed, they get the prize under the corresponding cup. If the prizes are small enough to fit in the cups, you can simply place them under each cup. If the prizes are too large, you can place a sticky note underneath each cup to specify the prize. Here are 7 more fun soccer-themed game ideas to add to the festivities. 1. Penalty shootout. Set up a mini soccer goal and have a penalty shootout competition. Guests take turns as the goalie and the shooter. To make it more challenging, blindfold the shooter for added fun. Keep score to determine the penalty shootout champion. 2. Soccer relay race. Divide the kids into teams and organize a relay race with a soccer twist. For example, kids can dribble a soccer ball through a set of cones, pass it to the next player, and then run back to tag the next teammate. 3. Soccer obstacle course. Create a soccer-themed obstacle course with various challenges, such as weaving through cones, kicking soccer balls into targets, and performing soccer skills like juggling. Time each participant, and the one with the fastest completion time wins a prize. 4. Soccer scavenger hunt. Hide soccer-themed items or soccer ball tokens around the party area and provide the kids with a list of clues or a map to find them. The kids can then exchange the tokens for party favors or small prizes. 5. Soccer-themed bingo. Create soccer-themed bingo cards with pictures or terms related to soccer. The kids can mark off the squares as they spot the items or hear the terms during the party. 6. Soccer-themed trivia. Host a soccer-themed trivia game with questions about famous soccer players, teams, and soccer history. The kids can compete individually or in teams to test their soccer knowledge. 7. Soccer ball bowling. Use soccer balls as bowling balls and set up empty plastic bottles or soccer ball pins as the pins. The kids can take turns rolling the soccer balls to knock down the pins. To complete the atmosphere, consider using soccer-themed decorations and supplies. These will help you create an exciting and memorable atmosphere for the party. Purchase or design soccer-themed invitations with soccer balls, jerseys, or even shaped like tickets to a soccer match. Include relevant details like the date, time, location, and any special instructions. I have 4 designs available on my website as part of the Party Printables package, which includes 30 soccer-themed designs, from birthday invitations to cake and cupcake toppers, and water bottle labels. You can find these downloadable designs at the link in the video description. You can also download for free these classic green, white, and black soccer water bottle labels, as well as the labels I used for the mocktails at the link in the video description. Hang soccer ball-shaped balloons or green and white balloons, number balloons, banners with team logos, and colorful streamers. You can also create your own pennant banner using colored paper or fabric in the colors of your child's favorite soccer team. Cut out triangle shapes and attach them to a string or ribbon. Add numbers or team logos to the pennants to resemble soccer jerseys. Give out soccer-themed party favors. I oftentimes place party favors in an acrylic cake stand. We had soccer-themed slap bracelets, squishy foam soccer balls, as well as tic-tac-toe keychains and some sweets. Kids picked what they liked after we cut the cake. Or you can play the games I mentioned and give each kid a prize like the ones mentioned before. Soccer-themed keychains, soccer ball, pencil holders, etc. Cover the party tables with a soccer-themed tablecloth. Or, for a DIY option, you can cover it with green plastic tablecloths to mimic a soccer field. Then, use white duct tape or white electrical tape to create the lines of the soccer field on the tablecloth. Use soccer-themed paper plates, cups, and straws featuring soccer balls, jerseys, or team logos. Decorate the table with soccer-themed centerpieces. You will need various supplies based on the games you're planning for the party and the food you're serving as well. Add your snacks in soccer-themed trays or containers, like these popcorn boxes. You can set up a soccer field backdrop for a photo booth area. I used 2 backdrops, a soccer field backdrop placed on a round backdrop stand. The stand was more expensive, but I'm planning to reuse it for other parties too, either for backdrops or for balloon arches. A soccer field poster that you can hang or tape to a wall and personalize with your kid's name and age. For a DIY option, you can also use green plastic tablecloths or green fabric to create the background. Add white tape or white paper to represent the soccer field lines. With these 80-plus soccer-themed party ideas, you'll be able to create a dynamic and memorable soccer-themed birthday party. Whether you're decorating cakes, planning games, or organizing activities, there are plenty of ideas to keep the little soccer fans entertained and engaged. Thanks for watching, and if you like this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more fun party ideas.